Shalom Israel. First, I want to start by giving honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakwadash. Double honors into the elders, apostles, and bishops of GMS Great Millstone who rule well, teach, and edify. And peace and blessings into you, hopefully elect Akim and Akwat in this household of faith. My name is Yeshaya from the AZ Church out of One, Ratazah. Going to make a edifying lesson on the title. Lord willing is going to be what man has it all. Okay. And this lesson was inspired through the Spirit from the brother from Abba Yabba from the DC Church. He made a video earlier today. It's like live fast, it's like die fast. And he was going, it's a very good video to watch, especially for younger bros. It's like the more you indulge in these carnalities, is the quicker that type of life kills you. You get in the book of Romans, flesh, the process goes, first, you're tempted by the flesh, and the flesh leads to sin, and then sin at the end thereof is death. Okay? So you have to really be temperate with things. And why that inspires to say what man has it all, because social media, your peers in the world, and just the way people think, especially here in Babylon the Great, America, is the land of first world problems, keeping up with the Joneses and trying to impress people that you don't fucking like. You work a job that you hate to get money to buy things to impress people that you don't like. And that's the fucking condition of Babylon, bro. If you even look back into the history of Babylon, Babylon was the biggest city of its time. The first place to measure a census approximately of 200,000 people in this city. And it wasn't a super big city, but it was the biggest of its time. And that is a very cramped place compared to the rest of the world round about, what societies were used to at the time. In current day America, for example, in the city of Phoenix, in Arizona, this is the valley, okay? So there's a bunch of fucking cities right next to each other, all within the same realm, all like an hour apart at the furthest away. And it's all just this giant ass city. But in Phoenix alone, there's like 1.5 million people. And in Scottsdale, you got like probably, a few 100,000, and then 100,000, and 100,000, 100,000. So you got millions of people in this small ass area, bro. And in this area, if you go to especially certain parts and departments of it, it's like everyone's trying to act like a main character and shit, acting like they're better than everybody else. And that's the effect of Babylon. But then you really have to process and think, what man truly has it all? Who has it all? Who has health? Who has wealth? Who has the Spirit? Who has, health, wealth, spirit, intelligence, knowledge, and power? Who has all of those things? No man has all of those things. And in a matter of fact, the human body, the bodies that we're residing in, can't even hold all of those things. They can't fucking handle it, bro. You cannot handle possibly having it all. Because we look upon King Solomon, because the scriptures tell you the things are written aforetime for our learning. Okay? King Solomon had it all. He had 1,000 wives. He had, riches beyond way more than you could even think of. Loosely translating to about $2.1 trillion in today's money. And that's very loose, very loose. It's way more, I believe. Definitely. And then he had the most power. It was 40 years of peace and prosperity, even among the tribes. No fucking wars, no nothing. He ruled well. And guess what? He was the wisest of all. He was the wisest king there was. And you already know he had the looks on him. He had the health on him. Okay, but he was still led away in the flesh. Because when you truly have it all and you're truly that fucking comfortable and you truly have everything that you could possibly desire, you forget the Lord, bro. Because you think you're in the fucking kingdom. You think that you could settle down and that's it. Okay? And why the brother's lesson touched me so much is because it's, you have to measure your carnalities, bro. In this modern society, this shit is out to get you, man. It truly is. It's out to get you, and it's out to ultimately take your crown, bro. The Proverbs of 4th chapter, the wicked, Esau, Edom, cannot sleep unless he caused some to fall. And the way that this society is created is to give you that type of fucking, thought process, man. The spirit is out there for that. So if you out here wanting everything, understand that we're not meant to have everything. We're meant to go through affliction. We're meant to lose things. We're meant to gain some things. We're meant to go through experiences that all help us understand judgment and come back to the Lord and increase our faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And even in this society, you can't fucking have it all, man. You ain't gonna have virgins. The King Solomon had virgins. And of those virgins, they were the most beautiful women that you could think of. And they were all his. Just his. Here in this society, man, you get you a fine little thing, bro. Just trust me, man. That's Timmy's, that's Jonathan's, that's Draco's, that's fucking Jamal's, that's Eduardo's. That's everybody on the fucking blocks, man. That ain't your shit. You know what I'm saying? And then even if you even get you a nice little, 6 out of 10 bitch and all the cook and clean, man, you wouldn't believe how adulterous these hoes are nowadays. And even in that, you probably won't have not a lot of brothers get the luxury of having a virgin, which is truly a wife or a concubine. And not a lot of brothers have that luxury because Babylon is so fucking horrific, bro. If you want a virgin, bro, I'm not saying you should, but the reality is, man, you have to them bitches gonna have to be like 15. And even that, bro, when I was in high school, I'm 21 now, but when I was in high school when I was 15, there were still some 15-year-olds getting knocked the fuck up. Straight up. And that's the reality of the fucking world that we live in. We cannot have it all, brothers. Trying to keep up and have it all is ultimately going to lead to your demise, bro. Because then you're forgetting about the Lord. You're forgetting about our true purpose here. All right, let's get some precepts. I actually want to start with Sirach 6, not Sirach. 2nd Ezra 16:40 says, "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." Okay? Being as pilgrims upon the earth. And that's the type of spirit that we're supposed to take on, is spiritual pilgrims. Because we're at a spiritual war right now, man. Straight up. You don't want to get too comfortable here. You don't want the whole fucking world. A man could gain the whole world, but, lose his soul, man. Roughly paraphrasing that. Like, what benefit is there, bro? Because at the end of the day, you're truly going to have everything if you are a part of the elect and in the kingdom. A kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness forever. Affliction shall not rise again. Even these elites still get fucking headaches, man. You telling me the Rothschilds can't get bit by a fucking mosquito? You know what I'm saying? What happens if a fly gets in the Rolls Royce? You're going to be pissed off. And that's what fucking happens, man. These motherfuckers are living in their kingdom. A kingdom that's less than ours. A kingdom that is just what it is. It's wicked. It's terrible. When we get to the kingdom that the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has set up for his elect, it's going to be on a whole different level. Something that cannot be fathomed. Something that cannot even be processed by the human mind. Like it says in the scriptures, man. The things that are, that the Lord has waiting for us, we can't even think of, bro. It's going to be so amazing. But that's right now where you need to start, even if myself, first and foremost, even checking your carnalities, man. Checking your carnalities and not giving Satan a means to get in. All right? Because through the Spirit, man, you could think that you're handling something better than you actually are. Okay? And the Lord will put you through some shit, or the Lord, start putting it in your spirit to start being like, damn, am I actually handling this the best way that I can? You won't start having those second thoughts, bro. Your gut can tell you more than seven watchmen upon towers, as the scriptures say. And matter of fact, even in this, Romans 14:23. Actually, I'm gonna start at 22. It says, "You may believe there's nothing wrong with that, what you are doing, but keep it between yourself and the Lord. Blessed are those who don't feel guilty for doing something they have decided is right." Because through the Spirit, man, the Spirit will show you what things are right and what's wrong, man. you'll get a certain feeling about it. Like if you ever ate at some place and you like, man, this should be cool. Like there's no pork up in this. Like it's good, man. I checked it out. It's cool. Like, yeah, okay. I'm not guilty about eating this because I truly believe that this isn't contaminated. Or you deal with the woman and you vetted her out the right way and you go into her because, you know, she don't got no dude. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a green light. You know what I'm saying? But let's read on. It says, but if you have doubts about whether or not you should eat something, you are sinning. If you go ahead and do it, you are not following your convictions. If you do anything you believe is not right, you are sinning. So, you know, through the Spirit, man, if something's telling you, it's like, hey, hold up, I need to check my carnality. Sometimes I need to take a fucking step back. You have to follow that Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, if someone's telling you, man, I should probably take a break on drinking. I should probably do a fast. I should probably pray some more. I should probably talk to a brother, man. You know, I should probably, you know, leave this hole alone, man. Something's going on. Then do that. If you just keep on doing whatever the fuck you're doing, you know, the scriptures just said it, man. It says you are not following your convictions. And reading that in the KJV, it says, he that is doubtful is damned. If he eat because he eateth not of faith, he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is of faith is sin, is not of faith is sin. And so whatever is not of faith is sin, bro. If you have faith that you're, you know, following Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, trying your best to do the righteous thing, but at the same time, you're doing things that are like, okay, I'm not low-key doing the right thing. That's not in the right faith, bro. You're doing the wrong thing. You know, dealing with women that's sleeping around a lot, trying to chase a bag, knowing that you're not doing your spiritual work, knowing that you can't handle it. But you might think that you're handling it better than you are. At the end of the day, you're doing your lessons. You're getting you're reading in. You're saying your prayers. But at the same time, if you're not doing things with the right heart, if you're not doing things with the right heart towards Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in the right faith, bro, it's fucked up. And why this ties into what man has it all is because sometimes you can get stuck in a fast life trying to have it all, because that's what the fast life promotes. The fast life promotes sex, money, drugs, you know, riches, fucking, you know, power, those good, you know, having good looks and shit. That's what that fast life promotes, bro. And it's animalistic if you really think about it. You're just trying to become the best mate for a fucking partner. And you're just trying to become a person that's just powerful and has power over shit. It's animalistic, bro. And we are men of spiritual nature. We are men of the spirit, okay? And what does that even look like? It's understanding that this shit's vain and we have a purpose. A true purpose is to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and the things that we should do should be well thought out. If you're doing shit, and that goes right back to Romans 18 chapter. If you're doing shit that you didn't really think out the right way, bro, you know, should you be doing it? A lot of decisions that you make on impulse are a lot of the times the wrong decision. Okay, and bros have all went through that. Bros have all made impulsive decisions. Not every bro did it, you know, has done it. But even in the world, though, too, I'm sure bros have made impulsive decisions that they now regret doing. Okay? And like the brother Abayaba said in his video, you know, we're men of temperance. We're not men of you know, just spontaneous fucking, you know, whatever you feel is whatever you do, YOLO spirit. Okay? We're men that think shit out. And when you think shit out, is when you start rebuking your carnalities like, hold up, actually, this shit does not mean that much to me. Actually, this isn't really that worth it to me. Actually, this is not, you know, my thing. And when you start measuring those things, bro, the Lord, you know, will show you through the Spirit, you know, the right and the wrong way to go about it. You know, the Lord will allow you to go through experiences. This is Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Okay, so there's a season and there's a time for things. There's a season to fall just like there's a season to get up and learn. Okay? And Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we seek to learn and do better each and every day in his faith. This living waters. This is where men are built, truly. Okay? If you really want to truly have it all, please Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's what having it all is. It's not how good you look on social media. It's not how rich you are. It's not how cool you may be. Because so to say, you can try your hardest to be the most in this world, but you still may never touch a private jet. You still may never hit 6 foot. Shit, you may never hit 6'5". You may never have a virgin. You may never have a good family that loves you dearly. You may not even live tomorrow. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai presents all of these things to men. Like the scriptures ever say, man, every gift is sent from high. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai allows you to have everything that you have, man. The gift to speak, the gift to see, the gift to hear. The Lord is merciful to allow you to even wake up with your fucking life. Okay? Because we have all come short of the glory, as the scriptures say, of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We've all sinned. Bros are in sin. And that's the fucking reality of this world that we live in, man. You could be killed for those things that you may even do on a daily basis, bro. And not even know. Because how are you supposed to rebuke your thoughts? These wicked ass thoughts pop up. Even a forward thought is a sin. How are you, if the motherfuckers becoming spontaneous, how are you supposed to rebuke those, your dreams? You have no control over your dreams. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fucking reality of the bodies that we live in right now. So it's not the fucking time to be sitting there trying to have it all. It's not the time to try to be Mr. Perfect Super Hebrew Israelite. It's a time to come back to righteousness. It's a time to do that which is right in the right spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, bro. A time to, be sincere. A time to, step back from the wrong and put that off. Truly. Reading on, I'm going to do the Salakia. I'm going to do Ecclesiastes 3:5. It says, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. And a time to cast away stones. That old foundation, bro. And a time to gather stones together. Stones of righteousness. Stones of a good foundation, man. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. And the beautiful thing that the brother said in his video, of talking about that fast life, die fast, is it's so true, bro. And that's what fucking Esau's promoting, man. Nowadays society, bro, people are signing fucking car contracts. What are they called, bro? Car loans at ridiculous rates just to look good about what they have, man. People are putting their fucking lives at stake, for stupid shit. You'll see people go on social media and absolutely make a fool of themselves or put their fucking freedom at risk, the freedom that you think you have at risk, just to get some views online, to look cool on social media and maybe get some fucking opportunity from there. This is read it, bro. The society that we're in, bro, everybody wants to be something. But if you don't have the Lord, you'll truly be nothing. That's the bottom line. I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rekakodash, Shalom.